Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. Jazakumullah khairan for everybody attending on the 1st of January. I know kids are off and it's holidays, but people, Alhamdulillah, are still joining in, which is good. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off by going through the answers to the homework that was set for lesson 2. So here it is. How do you know a word is definite or indefinite in Arabic? So the answer is that the definite word starts with al, so starts with the, whereas the indefinite word doesn't start with al. So an indefinite word would be baytun. Baytun means a house. Indefinite because it starts with a. Al-baytu means the house, and al-baytu is now definite because it's starting off with the. So it's definite when it starts with the, and it's indefinite when it starts with a. So sayyaratun, as somebody is mentioning, sayyaratun would be indefinite. To make it definite, you would say as-sayyaratu. You stick an al at the start, the double ending becomes single. Okay? So, next one. Make 3 indefinite words from the vocabulary list definite. So it's basically asking you to get 3 words that don't start off with al, and now you have to make them start off with al. You have to attach al to the word. So we I picked 3. Yawmun would become al-yawmu. When you stick a al there, you've got to make the double ending single. Next one, kabirun would become al-kabiru. Al-kabiru. And the other one I just chose for this example from the list, qawmun, would become al-qawmu. So the al, what does the al do? What does al mean? Please, we just answer. What does al mean? Excellent. Excellent. Super, everybody's awake today. I mean, everybody's awake every week, but getting some fast responses today. That's good. Yes, excellent. So al means the. Most of the time, it means the. Next one is, for the following examples, write the 3 ways in which the adjective agrees with the noun. So remember, we mentioned last week that the adjective comes after the noun in Arabic. So you wouldn't say a big house like you would in English. You say a big and then the noun comes afterwards. In Arabic, you will say a house big. So you will mention the item and then you'll mention its description afterwards. And a few languages, think French, Italian, I think even Russian, has that in there. Somebody's asking, when does it not mean the? You have to leave that for another time, right? Inshallah, week 11, you'll find out when an example when al doesn't mean the. So you have to stay all the way to the end. All right. So let's look at this one. Qur'anun Karimun. Here we can see they are both masculine. The way you can tell is because Quran is not ending with the ta marbuta, and it's not a woman. Also, the other way you can tell is Karimun. If it ended in a ta marbuta, it would have been feminine, and then it would have meant that this word is also feminine. But this is masculine, this is masculine. They are both indefinite. There's no al here, there's no al there. They're both indefinite. And both the endings are matching. A double dhamma, a double pesh there, double dhamma or a double pesh is there. Again, this is already written in the Quran for us. We don't have to do this thinking, but some information I just wanted you to know beforehand. Next one, again, mustaqima. It's not mustaqimatun. So this is definitely masculine. And sirat is masculine too. It's not ending in ta marbuta. It's not a woman by itself. So both are masculine. Both are definite. They're both beginning with al. Okay. And again, the last one, as-sirata, is ending in a fatha, a zabr. And its description is also ending in fatha, a zabr. And then the last one, again, they are both masculine, as in the first example, they're both masculine. In this one, they are both definite. Al-Quran is definite, so Al-Kareem is going to be definite. And the last one, both endings are matching. So that's just some information for you. Don't necessarily need that information for translating literally, but it's just some extra information. You're given extra information as well. And where you get that, I'll just try to mention to you that, okay, this is just extra information for you to appreciate and for you to understand more. So that was question 3. And then learn all the words in the vocabulary list. So these are essential because they come so many times in the Quran. Those words have been chosen that occur frequently in the Quran. So it's good to learn it. You need to learn them. What little sorry, I don't understand that question. But if I don't understand a question, just mention it in the group. Okay, so here we go. Nasun. So please type in what nasun means. Nasun. Excellent. Excellent. Good. Yep, excellent. So people, humans, mankind. 241 times coming in the Quran roughly. So the question I've got for you is, can anybody remind me why it's ending in double dhamma? Why is it ending in double pesh? What's the reason? Anybody remember? It's a noun, but why? Okay, it's indefinite, but why double dhamma? Why not a double fatha or a double kasra? Okay, that's indefinite. Got that bit, yeah. But why dhamma? Excellent. Excellent. Waiting for some more answers before I give the answer. Okay. That's good. We've got I don't know, because that's the whole point of asking. Well, partly. Okay, so the answer is, whenever you mention a noun, excellent, the default is always double dhamma. If I just say a book, I won't say kitabin. Although you know it means a book, you'll say kitabun. It's default. It's a default way. Whenever you mention a noun by itself, you default end it in double dhamma. If it's al, then single dhamma. But it won't be a kasra or a fatha. So it always end in a single or a double pesh, a double or single dhamma, because that's just the default way. The reason why it changes is because something is going to come before it. When it's in a sentence, there's going to be something that comes before it that causes it now to become a fatha, a zabr, or causes it to become zair, kasra. But by itself, it's going to be default dhamma, pesh. Yeah, so default can be single as well. If I was going to write anna su, it would be single then, but it would be dhamma, either double or single. And that's just the default way of writing it. And maybe we'll learn later on why it changes. Inshallah. Okay, so next one. yawmun, and the plural is ayyamun. But just remember one for now. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Jazakallah khair for the fruit. Excellent. So it means a day. A day. It can also mean a period of time. Not necessarily always a day, but a period of time, an eon. And ayyamun is just plural. Days, eons, etc. And then last one. I'm sorry, not last one. I'm getting distracted here. I've got some fruit on the table. Right. Okay. So min and man. So what does min mean? Min. Excellent. Min means from. It's coming so many times in the Quran, so many times. If you don't know these words, when it comes to Ramadan and the Imam is reading, even if you know the bits that we've learned, if you don't know what the words mean, you're going to be stuck. So min means from, and man means whoever. So very similar looking, but there's a difference in meaning. So 3,800 or under 3,900 times it's coming in the Quran. Mostly it's min, meaning from. But you also get man, which means whoever. Excellent. Next one is ma'a. What does ma'a mean? Excellent, excellent. A'ilahum ma'allah in the Quran. Is there a God ma'allah, with Allah? So with. Wallahu ma'as sabirin, and Allah is with the sabirin, those who are patient. Excellent. Qabla, qabla. Excellent. And the whole point of this, one of the other points of this is to make it sink in more for those who have already learnt it. And for those who are half, this is the time to make it, to help it sink in. So qabla means before, and it's also a word in Urdu. Qabl, same thing. Excellent. Next one. Ala, ala. Super duper. Oh, people typing at a super fast rate today. So many answers. Good. Ala, on, above. Could also, depending on the sentence, mean against, on account of, despite, but mostly on or above. 715. These words join, other words together, so you have to know these words. Ma'a, qabla, min, man, ala. Very, very important. Look how many times they're coming in the Quran. This is your 40% vocabulary building up. Yeah. Next one. Kabirun, kabirun, kabirun. Making it sound like that as well. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Kabirun is big, great. Could also mean old, but big. Kabirun, 44. Excellent. Qawmun, qawmun. Excellent, excellent. So qawmun is a people. 376. So many times. Kathirun, kathir, kathir. Even a word in Urdu, that is. We say aksar. Aksar is from there, kathir. Excellent. Much, many, a lot. Remember I said Ibn Kathir was a scholar. He had a lot of knowledge. So one way to remember it. Kathir. Kathirun means a lot. And you notice here, the nouns have a double dhamma or a single dhamma, depending on if they're definite or indefinite, because that's the default. They're not in a sentence yet, so no word coming before it is affecting it. So it's going to assume its default position of a double or single dhamma, a double or single pesh. Excellent. Next one. Hudan. Super fast. I think somebody had it typed already. It just typed it straight away like that. Excellent. May Allah give us hidayah. Ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim. Guidance. Excellent. Excellent. 192 times. And the last one, rahmatun. There's a bit of fruit over here. I've just got to have enough. Very tempting. Mercy. Excellent. 72 times. So it's coming so many places. Rahim, Rahma. Yes, that's fine. You can leave. If you need to leave, you need to leave. Just catch up with the recording. Now we're going to move on to the test. The answers to the test. So what the first question was, translate the following. So masjidun, masjidan, and masjidin. What do they mean? They all mean a masjid. The core word is there, masjid. The double ending, or here the double fatha ending, or here the double kasra ending, does not change the meaning of the word. It's the grammar of the word. It's the grammar here. The way the last word or letters end. So the way the last letter or letters end, with what vowel they have on them, that's the grammar part. So you would say masjidun, default. You may sometimes say masjidan in a sentence. Sometimes you may say masjidin in a sentence. But all of these three words, regardless of their ending, mean a masjid. Everybody happy with that? For those who got it wrong in the test, just make sure and check if everybody's happy with that. Good. You might wonder that why then are there three ways of saying the same thing, the same noun? You'll find out inshallah as you study more Arabic. It's very powerful. It helps make the Arabic language very powerful. Okay, next one. Excellent. So al-kitabu means the book. The way you can tell it's the is simply because it's got an al there. Al is showing you that it's the. Yes, you can also look at the ending, but sometimes, that's a bit, I'd say, a secondary way to see it. The primary way is if it's got an al, it means the. Al-kitabu, the book. This one here, no al, so it means a book. Everybody happy with that? So because this one has no al, it's a. Because this one has al, it's the. Yes, al makes the word into the. Happy with that, everybody? Good. Next one. Okay, so these are, so which words are grammatically correct, incorrect? Mark with a tick or cross and write down if the word is definite. Yes, I don't think that's the sentence that was used in the test, but I think these words are still the same. So rajulan is correct because it doesn't have a al, so it must have a double ending then in that case. This is correct. Next one, ash-shamsa. So in this case, it has an al, so the ending has to be single. Can't be double. Correct. So this one is correct. Yes, that means the sun. Next one, ash-shamsin. So ash-shamsin, what's wrong with that? Excellent. Everybody else? Yep, yep, yep. So because remember the rule in grammar is, and the good thing is it's already written in the Quran, but you know, we went over it, you know, we sort of, we learned it at the same time. Because there is a al here, you can't have a double ending. The al will cause the ending to become single. So the correct one would be ash-shamsi in this case. Because I decided to put a kasra there. Default would be ash-shamsu, but in this examples, I just forced it down into a kasra. Again, with this one, what's wrong with this one? Kitaba. It should have a double ending. Because there's no al, so it should have a double ending. So it should be kitaban. And the last one, al-masjidan. What's wrong with al-masjidan? Excellent. The al is present. So when the al is present, you have to take some ink off on this side. It has to be a single. So it would be al-masjida. Yeah. Next one. So this is why we are learning what we are learning, because we see this in the Quran and we need to know what it means. So hadha is the main one to know. This is. And also adhabun means a punishment, not the punishment. So this is a punishment, painful. Are we happy with that? Hadha, this is adhabun, a punishment. Can't be the punishment. And alimun is painful. Okay. And then this next one, ihdina. I didn't test you on this word because we've not covered it yet. So the answers in the multiple choice all said, guide us. But here's where we got tested. Guide us to the path, or the way, the straight, okay? So guide us to the straight way. It won't be guide us to a straight way. Guide us to the, because of the al. The way, the straight. Excellent. Somebody saying I'm surprised how much I could read as I'm new to it. That's good. And inshallah, I'm hoping you'll say the same thing when, you know, we start going further in, you'll start understanding and being able to look at verses and being able to, you know, understand what they mean. Okay, so that was lesson 2 test. So now we begin lesson 3, inshallah. Everybody happy to proceed? Okay, even if you're not, still going to proceed. I'm just asking. Right. Right. I hope that sort of cemented in people's head. Gives you some time to think and, you know, just go over what you've learned, etc. Okay. So lesson 3. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So today we're going to cover plurals, inshallah. Plurals. We've just done a kitab, a masjid, a house so far. But now we're going to expand into plurals. And if you have the book in front of you or you have it on the electronic thing, the iPad or whatever, then please just look at the screen because I reveal it slowly on the screen so that to help you learn. So I don't know if this one's in the book, but in English, what do? You get the word Muslim and you put an S on it and it becomes Muslims. It becomes plural. So if you get like a Muslim in Arabic and you put a sin on the end, is it going to become Muslims? Is it going to become plural? What do you reckon? You've done it before. No, yes, no. Oh. Let's see what the slide says. So we're getting a lot of no's and we're getting maybes and some yeses. The answer is on the next slide. You wish. Right? So that's not what you do. Just put that in to make you laugh. Right? So yeah, you don't put a sin in front of it or a sad in front of it. Arabic is much more powerful than that. So in Arabic, we have a singular, a word for the singular, and then we have a word for dual. So we have a word for two of those things. And then we have a word, so a word for singular, a word for two of those things, and then the plural is 3 plus. Anything 3 or over is given the plurality in Arabic. Anything that is 2, there's a separate word for it. I say one word and you know it means 2 of those things. And the singular is, of course, singular. So we don't have that concept in English. In English, it's house for one, and for 2 or more, it's houses. That's it. But in Arabic, we have this dual, this word that means 2. Does anybody know if there's another language like that has a separate word for dual? Is it in Russian? Is it in Turkish, Spanish, Italian? Anybody? We've got a bit less people this week, and I think it's because of the holidays, but no problem. So is there any other language? Do you know? Okay. French? Does French have dual? Okay. So German? Spanish doesn't. Okay. German, maybe? Some words. Okay. No in French, no in Spanish. German, yes. Okay, that's interesting. German. Guten Morgen. I know a bit of German. Eins, zwei, drei, vier, fünf. 1, 2, 3, 4. And just a bit more. Okay. Slovenian. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so let's just continue then. So here are some examples. Muslimun means a Muslim. Muslimun means a Muslim. Now, to say 2 Muslims, this is just an example. You don't have to learn this. There's just an example to show you. But to say 2 Muslims is Muslimani. So if I was to say there's Muslimani walking down the street, it means 2, because Muslimani is dual. And then the plural is Muslimuna. Muslimuna means 3 or more. 3 or more. So another example, ayatun, a sign. 2 signs is ayatani. Ayatani. That means 2. And ayatun is 3 or more. And lastly, another example. This is just to show you so you understand. You may even recognize these words. Rajulun, a man. Rajulani is 2 men. And rijalun is 3 or over. Is everybody happy with that? This is just showing you, I'm not asking you to learn anything yet. This is just giving you examples. Why? Question. So that's Arabic. Again, it gives you it's powerful, it's more powerful. But this is Arabic. This is just how it is in Arabic. Yeah. Happy to move on? Why are the fatha kasra changing? Yes, okay. So that's different things going on. Why is the fatha and the kasra, why is it changing? Why is it going on? There's templates that we will learn. There's rules and templates that we will learn, inshallah. Yeah, so we're gonna cover some of what you're asking. Why need when? All right, so we'll just answer some of your questions will be answered. Right. So for this course, we are not doing dual. We are not doing dual. We are not going to cover dual. The reason why is because dual does not appear so much in Arabic. In the Quran, dual doesn't appear so much. There's not many times in the Quran that dual is mentioned, but plural is mentioned so many times. So for level 1, which is what this class is, we're just going to focus on plurals. I'm getting some good, I'm getting some yay, I'm getting some jazakallah. And let's see what the slide says. Oh, we've got some words in the slide as well. Yeah, and yes. Right? So we're not going to do dual. It's out of it. This dual is covered in level 2. And if you want to, after this course, if you want to do level 2, then just go to the playlist in the YouTube channel. And there's a level 2 course there already available, recording, and tests are in the descriptions as well. So people getting happy, less work. Yes, it's less work. I want to just cover the most important aspects that are going to get you off the ground quickly and easily, inshallah. Level 2, we go further. Okay, so now that people are happy, let's move on. So I'm going to tell you now that there are certain types of plurals. Yes, all the recordings are on the channel. Right, we've got 3 types of plurals, right? 3 types of plurals. One is called a sound masculine plural. One is called a sound feminine plural. And the other one is called a broken plural. And you're going to need to know this for the test because we are doing plurals today, yeah? We're not doing duals. Duals have gone. Just gave you that information to introduce you to the concept that there is such thing as dual, but we're not going to cover it. Yes, all the talks are available. All the classes are available on YouTube, on this channel. Right, so what is a sound masculine plural? What is a sound feminine plural? What is a broken plural? I'll show you the next slide. And I'm going to ask you to give me the answer. But let me just go over it first. Muslimun becomes muslimuna. Muslimuna. Muslimatun, a woman Muslim, a female Muslim, becomes muslimatun in plural form. A broken plural is an example is rajulun, a man, becomes rijalun. You can see I've highlighted what extra has been added to the word. And qalbun, anybody know what qalbun means? Qalbun? Excellent. So qalbun means a heart. This goes and becomes qulubun, which means hearts. Right? Now I'm going to come up to here and ask you why these two are called sound. Can anybody, especially the non-Arabs, non-Arab is the one who's never studied before and this is the first time. And then obviously the Arabs can jump in as well. But why are these two called sound? Okay, same sound consistently, okay? Wow, noon, singular form doesn't change. Okay. Good, good. Okay, so a few different answers, but the right answer was there amongst them as well. Maybe more than once. Yes, excellent, excellent. Okay, excellent, excellent. So the original word is Muslim. It is still sound, it's intact. It's not being broken up. Muslim, that's original. The Tamil Buddha is an femininized, right? But the original word Muslim is still intact. Look, Muslim is there. Muslim, it's there. So the original word is intact. Sound also means intact, doesn't it? It's sound. It's intact. What has happened is you just added something to the end to make it a plural. Here it's the waw and the noon. Here it's an alif has appeared and the ta has appeared. And that ta has disappeared, or you might want to say it's converted to this ta. But the original word Muslim is intact, so it's sound. And it's masculine because that word is masculine. Sound feminine because the original word is intact and it's a feminine word. So sound means that this original word is intact. Muslim. It's intact. That's the original word. It's intact. It's not been broken up. It's sound. Yeah. So sound is meaning intact. And then if you look at this next one, why are these called broken plurals? Broken plurals. Why are these two broken plurals? They are called broken plurals. Why? Excellent. Look, rajulun becomes rijalun. Qalbun becomes qulubun. So why are these described as broken plurals? Excellent. Excellent. Yeah, correct. Yes. So the original word is not intact anymore. Excellent. The original word was rajulun. It's been broken up. Another letter has come and broken the original word up. It's not that we're putting something to the ending. We're adding something to the ending or to the beginning. We're actually breaking the original word up by putting this alif here. And we're breaking the original word of qalbun up by putting a waw in the middle, breaking it up. So these are called broken plurals. And now you might have a better understanding why these are called sound plurals. So you need to know about this for the test, the three types of, I think it's something like that, the three types of plural, what are they? Even though it may sound similar, even if rijalun sounds similar, and you know it, or rijalun is rajulun really, it's still called broken because a letter came and broke the original word, separated out the original letters, and a new letter came in between. That's why it's called broken. Even though it might sound similar, even that doesn't matter. If a letter came and sort of came in between these original letters, then it becomes a broken plural. So kitabun will become kutubun. Again, kitabun is also breaks up into a plural. So some of your questions, that question will get answered. So somebody's asking, do you have to memorize the structures? So the answer is on the next slide. So again, I bet you're loving this sign now. If you see that sign on the street, it's like, oh, I don't want to see that sign. I hate that sign. No entry sign or whatever it is. But when you see that sign in an Arabic class, it means we're not doing it. So we get a yay. Yeah. We're not doing broken plurals in level 1. We don't even do broken plurals in level 2. Broken plurals will come inshallah in level 3. Right. So we got some happy people here. Yeah. So copied and pasted the same one over here as well. So forget about broken plurals, but you need to know what they are for this level. You need to know what they are. So you need to know, because I'm going to now show you how to make a plural. a sound plural masculine and a sound plural feminine, you need to know that's not the only types of plural. There is another plural. I'll see different plurals in the Quran, but I know they're broken plurals, and we'll cover that another day, inshallah. Yes, so everybody happy so far? It's making you happy today. Yes? Right. Move on. More, less work. Yeah, that's right. More, less work. Right. Okay, don't worry, inshallah. You don't have to. We're gonna go over now how you can tell a word is plural in masculine and how it's plural in feminine. I'll give you the structure. Okay, more work is better. Okay. Right. Right. So this is the table for masculine singulars and masculine plurals. This is all it is. So we already know that Muslimun and Musliman and Muslimin all mean Muslim. Are we happy with this one? We already should know this. Are we happy with this one? Yes. Muslimun, Musliman, Muslimin all mean a Muslim. Why the double? This is level 2. Why? What's going on with these? And a bit of level 1, I think, as well. Happy. So what you have to learn this week is that the structure, the template that you need to know of how to make a masculine word plural, sound plural, all you do is either going to be a waw and a noon, muslimuna, or it's going to be muslimina. That's it. Them are the two ways to make a masculine singular sound plural. There's a masculine word and it's got a sound plural, then it's going to either end in a waw and a noon or a ya and a noon. So قل يا أيها بسم الله أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل يا أيها الكافرون كافرون. But you stop in, so كافرون. Say, O you who disbelieve, many disbelievers. Yeah. So the una and the ina make it plural for masculine words. So whenever you see a una or a ina, it's plural. You just need to know the meaning of the word, and una, ina makes it plural. Why not muslimana? Right. So this is because this is the structure of the Arabic language here. Yeah. So that's the template you need. It just is this. So una and ina simple. Una and ina, when it comes in front of a noun, it becomes plural. Well, inshallah, we'll do some examples. So are we happy with that? You don't even need to know it's masculine. Just whenever you see a una or a ina ending, you know it's plural. That's it. Yeah. Are we happy with that? So let's see some words that we might know in the Quran. Does anybody know any words that have a una or ina ending in the Quran? If you do, let's write it down. Let's see what we can come out with. Kafiruna, excellent. So disbelievers, kafir. Una is disbelievers. Sabirina, excellent. Sabir means the one that is patient, and ina means the ones who are patient, plural. Right? Mu'minuna, qanitina, fantastic. Guys, man, sheikhs. Yeah, so you've got it. Right? Salihina, salihuna. Muttaqina, muttaquna. Muflihuna. Right? So you already now, whenever you see a una or a ina in the Quran, you know it's plural. Okay? Khalidina. Sabirina. Right? So we're happy now, yeah? So this is something that you've learned today. Like, Una and ina, open the Quran, have a look. Whenever you see a una, ina ending, there may be exceptions. Sometimes it's not because it's part of a word or there might be something else. But generally, una and ina is plural. Hafidhina, hafidhuna. Now the question you might ask is, why is it una sometimes? Why is it ina other times? Again, that's grammar, and that's level 2. For now, all you need to know is una and ina both mean plural. Mushrikuna, those who do shirk. Yeah? Mushrikina. 2 ways of saying it. If somebody said, Qul ya ayyuhal kafirina, it's wrong. It's not Quran. The grammar is wrong, and it's not Quran. Even outside of the Quran, if somebody said, Qul ya ayyuhal kafirina, it's wrong grammatically. You're saying it wrong. I know what you're saying, but you're saying it wrong. And obviously we can't read the Quran wrong, but that's what some grammar is going on. That's why it's una. Sometimes the grammar will cause it to become ina. But again, for us at this level, all we need to know is una and ina is both plural. Yeah. So that's the masculine one's done. That's it. Just una and ina, job done. Una and ina, you can get tested in this. So you might be given a word and said, what does this mean? And you need to know una or ina, ending means plural. Okay, so no. Somebody's asking, is this one feminine and is this one masculine? No, they are both masculine. Because here, masculine, singular, plurals, these are both masculine. It might be that ina sounds feminine and una sounds masculine, but these are both masculine. Just 2 ways of saying plurals for masculine in Arabic. Okay, happy to move on? Just remember the red writing, yes? Una and ina is plural. And then open the Quran later on and have a look and see if you can find the una and see what the translation is. You'll see, inshallah, it's plural. Okay, so next one is the sound feminine. Remember, we said we're going to do sound masculine plurals and sound feminine plurals, and broken plurals we're not doing. So this is the second of the 2. So the structure, the addition you have to make to a feminine word is atun or atin. That's it. A feminine sound plural. So for example here, muslimatun is the same as muslimatan, which is the same as muslimatin. A Muslim, but female. So the ta marbuta at the end now. So when there's a ta marbuta at the end, it's feminine. You don't become muslimatuna or muslimatina. It's different. It's muslimatun and muslimatin. That's it. There's no muslimatan. There's no double fatha. There's no singular. There's no plural sound feminine that has a atan. No. It's either atun or it's atin. You just have to learn it. So are we happy with that? Una and ina is for males, plural. Atun and atin is female, plurals. Jazakallah khair. Surah Al-Ahzab has loads of male and female ayah endings. This is very helpful. Excellent. Right? That's all. I think that's all the sort of information you need to know for this lesson. What we do next is just examples. Through examples, it sits in our head more. Right? So, una, ina is plural. Atun and atin is plural. Even if you don't know it's feminine or masculine, just una, ina, atun, atin are plural. And we don't do broken plurals in this class. Broken plurals is a lesson or 2 in itself. It's just patterns. You have to just learn patterns, but I think that comes later, yeah? Not in this course. Everybody happy with that? So you'll be tested on una and ina, and you'll be tested on atun and atin to show that you know what the way for plural is. And I think you're also going to be tested on explaining the 3 types of plurals: the sound masculine, the sound feminine, and the broken. My hat looks like a crown. Yeah, little crown. Okay, what about the feminine words that don't end in Talmud like narun? Excellent question. So what about the feminine words that don't end with narun, like with a Talmud like narun, right? So they will come into a different category. And maybe that one comes into the broken plural category. I do want to mention one thing. The masculine sound plural and the feminine sound plural, it's mostly coming regarding people. Muslimatun, those who are Muslim, disbelievers, good doers, bad people, those who are successful. Yeah, muflihuna, muslihuna, mufsiduna, right? The people who are bad, the people who are good, those ones who are disbelievers, the Muslims. So the sound plurals usually come when they're talking about people. When you're talking about objects like book and door and sun and moon and different things like that, then they will be in the broken plurals. And we're not going to cover broken plurals because there's other things to cover more important than that for now. How do we know if the letter before meme is not an alif? Well, this one here, because an alif, so somebody's asking, how do you know this one is not an alif? Because an alif never joins on this side. Oh, sorry, an alif never joins on this side here. Okay, so this side here, an alif never joins there. If it's joining this way, it's a lam. If it's joining on this side, it could be an alif. But when that stick continues joining this way, it's now a lam. What happens if you have plurals made up of males and females? So the way to tell is atun. Atin is going to be the female ones. The una and ina is going to be the male ones. Okay, sorry. I'll maybe answer that question later, inshallah. Or shall I answer it now? I'll maybe answer it later, inshallah. Okay, so again, summary. Ina or una is the male plural ending. And atin or atun is the female plural ending. And yes, the person asked the question, I may just mention it here. If it's a mixed group, so you've got men and you've got women, then which one will be used? Excellent, okay. So the masculine terminology will be used. Oh, same in Spanish. Okay. So the masculine terminology will be used when they are both mixed. So if you've got a whole load of muslimatun, whole load of women, muslimatun, just women, 20 women, 30 women, 100 women. If one man comes into that group, now it's going to become muslimuna. It's going to become the masculine terminology. Yeah, it's going to be used when it's mixed, even with one person. So قل يا أيها الكافرون, disbelievers. Yeah, men and women, but the male terminology is used. Yeah, Spanish is very similar to Arabic in terms of grammar, I think. Okay, does Surah Al-Ahzab do both? I don't know about Surah Al-Ahzab. I'll have to. Okay, so somebody wants me to mention that again. Okay, so a plural, when there's women by themselves only, then you're going to say muslimatun, muhsinatun, zalimatun, hafizatun. You're going to use the atun ending. As soon as a man comes in there, now it's a mixed group. So the mixed group, the masculine male terminology is used for a mixed group. How do you know? Mostly when an una or ina is mentioned, then if it's mentioned by itself, then it's going to be mixed majority of the time. But when the same word is mentioned after and the feminine is used, then you know that una is just men. I will see a verse inshallah like that. So you can actually turn it the other way, because some people might be saying that why is it become male? Let's just say it this way: women have their own word. Women have their own word, men don't. Okay, so it's gonna calm some people down. Wondering that why the women, why does it change with one man? But women have their own. If I say Muslimatun, there's a word just for women, purely women. There's not a word like that in Arabic for purely men. Meaning there is, but you won't know. If I say kafiruna, it could be all men or it could be men and women. But there's a separate word just exclusively for women. Right? So I'm calming down all the feminine, just calming down in case of people might be wondering why. Yeah. Right. So next. Okay. So I think it's coming up to 1 hour. So what we can do, we can have a break for, you want to do 5 minutes? You want to do 10 minutes? What do you reckon? I know some people have to read the Salah. I know somebody in America, they have to read the Salah at this time. So tea time, rusk time. For me, it's fruit time. We've got some fruit here. So I might just, I think we'll go for 10 minutes because I think we've done the theory now. We've done the theory for this class today. All we're going to do now is examples to help it sit in. So inshallah, we'll do 10 minutes. We will convene back at UK time is 8:40 inshallah. I'll give you about 10 minutes. Yeah. So I'll see you then inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wa salamu ala Rasulillah. So we return from the break and we are continuing. So before the break, we went through the una and ina. We just go back. Una and ina are the endings for masculine plurals, sound plurals, and atin, atun are the endings for feminine sound plurals. So we are just going to do some examples now, inshallah. So mu'minun means a believing man. So please don't look at your booklets. Look at the screen here. You tell me, what is mu'minuna? If you want to do anything, just look at the previous slide that shows what una and ina is, and atun and atin, and you tell me. So excellent, good. Fantastic. Yeah. Okay, good. So mu'minun, when you put an una on the end, it becomes mu'minuna, and una is the ending for plural. So it'll be the believing men. And plural in Arabic, remember, is 3 or more. That's not meaning 2. That's meaning 3 or more believing men. Yes, women could be included in that too. But that's why I just put here believing man. So believing men. Are we happy with that? Yes, believing men, plural. Yeah. Next one. Okay, so 6 times mu'minuna. And 35 times, I think just the word mu'min comes in the Quran. Kafiran. Okay, so kafiran. I've just done kafiran there. A disbelieving man. We would just say kafir. We would just say kafir, yeah? But kafiran here. So what's kafirina mean? Kafirina. Excellent. Disbelieving men. Simple as that. Una or a ina. Kafiruna also means disbelieving men. But here, I've used the other one. Kafirina means disbelieving men. Plural. I think what this 8 is meaning is, I forgot what this 8 means. I think this 8 means the word kafirina comes 8 times, as it is exactly, but the plural of kafir comes 17 times. I'll do a quick check and inshallah let you know. And also, just to recap now, in lesson 1, we talked about Hadihi Jahannam, and we checked, I was asking which surah does it come in. Some were saying Surah Ar-Rahman, some were saying Surah Yasin. It comes in both. So it comes in both. Okay, can we say many disbelieving men? Yes. It's how you want to translate it. Yeah. Just as generally, you could say many disbelieving men or disbelieving men. Right. So let's go on to the next one. Zalimin. What is a zalim? Zalim is an oppressor. You might have even been called it by your parents when you were younger, right? Especially if you Urdu language. Zalim, right? I don't, right? So oppressing. Dhulm is like when you put something in other than its correct place. So when a leader, when a person, he's oppressing somebody, he is putting, the thing in the wrong place. He's not supposed to be oppressing, he's putting oppression in a place that's not supposed to be in. So a zalim is an oppressor. So what's zalimina? Una and ina endings, oppressing men, correct. What would be, okay, zalimina is oppressors, yeah, men. What would it be? What's the other way of saying it? Zalimina is one way. What's the other way of saying it? Zali, excellent. Zalimuna. That's all you need to know for now. There's two ways of saying it. And that's what, depending on the rules of grammar that are, required, what happening, yeah? The grammar that is happening in the sentence will either cause it to become zalimuna or it will become zalimina. In this example, I just put zalimina. Excellent. I also have to double check what this 9 is. I think it's 9 is the word zalimina comes as a zalimina in the Quran that many times, but 88 times the plural is used. So I need to check that. Then I'll get back to you, inshallah. Sadiqun. Sadiqun is a truthful person. One who has sidq. Yeah. Abu Bakr, Siddiq, radiallahu anhu. Okay. So sadaqa. Right. So sadiqun means a truthful person. What does sadiquna mean? Exactly. Is it easy? Is it an easy lesson? Or is it tough? It's easy, yeah? Una and ina is plural for males. So sadiquna means, okay. Sadiquna means truthful people. What's the other way you could say it? Sadiquna, truthful males. Excellent, excellent. How else could you say it? Sadi, excellent. Sadi, more people. Sadiqina. So you could say it two ways. You could either say Sadiquna, truthful men, or you could say Sadiqina, truthful. Yes, you could also, so the male, remember the male way of saying it could also include women. It could mean, Sadiquna could mean the truthful people, male and female. They could be mixed. How would you know? The sentence will tell you. If it doesn't signify anything, then it could mean both. That قُلْ يَا يُكَافِرُونَ, it's both men and women. Sometimes something will come in the sentence that will show you that this was only male, and we'll see an example, inshallah. So somebody's asking, can they both be used interchangeably? So the answer is no. The rules of grammar will dictate that you have to use a particular one. You can't just say, okay, for sadiquna, I'm going to say sadiqina instead. No. I mean, obviously, Quran is Quran, you can't change it. But even if you was, speaking grammatically, you can't choose interchangeably. It has to be one or the other, depending. What will tell you that is what's happening before it and what grammar is going on in the sentence. So you need to know rules of grammar before you can decide whether to say صادقون or صادقين. But the good thing is, it's already written for us in the Quran. We just need to know that صادقون or صادقين, كافرون or كافرين, they both mean plural. Yeah, are we happy? We're only doing male at the moment. Inshallah, we'll go on to female in a bit. Are we happy with that so far? Okay, excellent. So I think Sadiquna, as that particular one doesn't come in the Quran, but it does in a different, in maybe Sadiqina. Kadhibin, kadhib. What is a kadhib? I don't think this is a word in Urdu, but it's a word in Arabic that means liar. Kadhibin is a liar. Remember I said that the sound plurals are mostly when talking about animate beings, when talking about people. Person who speaks the truth, the truthful people, the disbelievers, the sinners, the liars. Yeah, these are the sound plurals. When it comes to inanimate objects like table, desk, chair, you normally use a broken plural pattern for them. Kadhibina is excellent. Many liars, right? Lying men. But it could also include women if you say it just like that. It could be a mixed group. Right? Okay, so we've got mu'minatun. How do you know mu'minatun is a woman? How can you tell mu'minatun is a woman? Yeah, it's the ta marbuta ending. The ta marbuta ending showing you that it's a woman. So mu'minah, if you want to stop there, you'll be the ta marbuta becomes a ha. Mu'minah. But when doing it with the grammar and not stopping, it's mu'minatun. So how are you going to, so what does this mean? Excellent. Atun and atin ending means women. Women. And in this case, believer, women. Yeah. Believer, mu'min. Atun is women plural. So, mu'minatun, believing women. Women believers. Not one man is in there. It's a word just for the women. Women only. Whenever you see that, there's no man in there. It's totally all women. Mu'minatun, believing women. Or women believers, however you want to say it. Happy with that? What is the other way you could say this? What is the other way you could say believing women? Excellent. And pretty much all that's all the lesson is. Atun and atin. So you could say mu'minatun or mu'minatin, but the sentence will dictate to you which one you have to use. Can't use both because the meaning of the sentence can change. The meaning of the sentence can change. In one sentence, it might mean the women were running, and in another sentence, let's just say another one. Let's use hit for example. The women were hitting, but in the other sentence, it could mean the women were being hit. So you have to use the correct grammar, and the good thing is already written in the Quran, so we don't have to worry about that. So sadiqatan, sadiqatan. Sadiq is a truthful. Sadiqa, sadiqatan, a truthful woman. So what is sadiqatin? Sadiqatin, truthful women. And it's very important that you pronounce this alif here. Otherwise it becomes sadiqatin. That means a single believing woman. Yeah, it becomes like sadiqa with a double kasra here. Sadiqatin. That means a single, a truthful woman. But sadiqatin means truthful women. So this double letter, this double count here, in various places, it's very important to make it double. If you make it too small, it changes the meaning. Could change the meaning. Okay, so yeah. صادقات, truthful women. ظالمة, ظالمة. So ظالم is the one who is an oppressor. ظالمة or ظالمة. When the ta marbuta comes, it makes it oppressor woman. The woman oppressor, a woman oppressor. So what is ظالمات? What's ظالمات? Oppressing women. That's all. Simple as that. Atin is women plural. Ina is male plural. So women oppressors. ظالمات. What's the other way you could say ظالمات? Women oppressors. What's the other way you could say it? ظالمات. Fantastic. ظالمات or ظالمات. And it's purely only women. And I know some people are asking me questions here, and if I don't answer it here, then just ask it in the Telegram group, or just ask it me direct. But ask it in the group so other people can benefit as well. So ظالمات, don't think it occurs exactly like that in the double kasra. I don't think it occurs even once. So this is Surah Al-Ahzab. I think somebody was mentioning here Surah Al-Ahzab, and I think this is the verse that you were mentioning. This is a verse of the Quran, right? Let's see if we can use what we have learned today to translate or help to understand and appreciate what's going on with the plurals, right? So what I'm going to do to make it even easier, I hope it's easier, is we make it in color. That's the verse you're meaning. Jazakallah khair. Excellent. So let's start off with this. Inna. Inna, we haven't done that yet. But inna, write it down if you want next to it, if you've got a printed version. Inna means surely, like surely. It may even, some translations may say indeed. I'm just going to keep to the translation I've got here, the professional translation. So inna means surely. Now look at this. Innal muslimina. Al means, what does al mean? Okay. In some translations, you might see the. In other translations, this one here, it doesn't say the, but okay. Indeed, Muslim men. Wal muslimati and. Wal muslimati. It looks like that. Wal muslimati. What's muslimati? And the believing women. Yeah. Or here, just believing women. If somebody can quickly look it up and see if there's another translation that says the believing, indeed the believing men and the believing women, then let me know. They may have missed out the because you're saying it that many times in English. You have to not just literally translate word to word. You have to render it into English. You have to make it readable in English. So the translator has a job not of only just translating literally, because if you translate literally, it might not flow in English. It might not be how an English sentence is. So they have to do a bit of adjustment to make it readable. So maybe that's why they've not mentioned the. Yeah. Okay, so believing men and believing women. Now, because the believing women have been mentioned after the believing men, we know this is exclusively only men, because the woman version has been mentioned after it. If there was no woman version mentioned, then you may be able to assume it's a mixed group. But this is not a mixed group. This is exclusively men. Why? Because the women version of the same word has been mentioned after it. Yeah? So, indeed, surely, Muslim men and Muslim women, wal mu'minina. What's wal mu'minina? And believing men, wal mu'minati, and believing women. Can you see the ina You couldn't say una here. You couldn't say una here. Una would be wrong. It's ina here. It just is because that's the rule in grammar. Because inna is doing something here, right? Wal mu'minati, and believing women. Wal qanitina. Remember the ina ending is men. The devout men. Yeah, they've not even looked translated. In order for it to flow, they've not put and there each time either. Right? But there's an and there. And al-qanitina, believing men, sorry, devout men. Wal-qanitati, and believing women. Yeah, you following? Was-sadiqina. It's not just sadiq, it's sadiqina. So believe and truthful men. Was-sadiqati, and truthful women. Why? Somebody's asking, why is it not a double ending? Can anybody explain why it's not a double ending here? Like here, was-sadiqati. Why is it not was-sadiqatin? Why is it not was-sadiqat? Excellent. Because of, it looks like an AI you've written there, but it's not AI. Yeah, it's correct. It's A-L, al. So the al is there. That's why the double ending has become a single ending. But in the masculine version, there is no double ending. It's either una or ina. So nothing happens there. But where there is a double ending, it becomes singular. And in the feminines, there's a double ending. So it becomes singular or double depending on whether there is an al there or not there. Carry on. Was-sabirina, and those who do sabr, the men, the patient men. Was-sabirati, and the patient women. Wal-khashi'ina, those who have khushu, those who are humble from the men. Ina, not wal-khashi', it's wal-khashi'ina. So ina, plural. Wal-khashi'ati, and the believing, and the humble women. Wal-mutasaddiqina, those who give sadaqah from the men. Ina. Wal-mutasaddiqati, those who give charity, give sadaqah from the women. So those who talk about equal rights, well, here we go, give them this verse. Yeah, you can't have equal for everything, for two things that are different. But there is equality in Islam for most things. But it wouldn't be fair if it's basically Islam is not a religion of equality. It's a religion of justice. It gives men and women mostly equal everything, but two things that are different cannot have everything equal. It wouldn't be fair. It wouldn't be just. Yeah, that's another talk for another day, right? So, was-sa'imina, sa'im is the one who fasts. Was-sa'imina, those men who fast. Was-sa'imati, and those women who fast. Wal-hafidhina, those who guard, right? Furujahum, those men who guard their private parts. Wal-hafidhati, and the women. Yeah, and the women who also guard their private parts. وَالذَّاكِرِينَ اللَّهَ كَثِيرًا, وَالذَّاكِرِينَ, plural. Those who remember, those who do dhikr of Allah. Kathiran, we don't kathiran. What's kathiran mean? From what you learn in your word list, in your vocabulary, kathiran, a lot. So وَالذَّاكِرِينَ اللَّهَ كَثِيرًا, and those who remember Allah kathiran, a lot of them from the men. وَالذَّاكِرَاتِ, and the women too. Yeah, and the women who remember Allah much as well. أَعَدَّ اللَّهُ لَهُمْ, Allah has prepared lahum, for them. We haven't done this yet. Maybe next week we'll do some of this, inshallah. Lahum. Okay? أَعَدَّ اللَّهُ لَهُمْ, Allah has prepared for them maghfiratan. Maghfiratan is forgiveness. Wa ajran. We've done ajran. What does ajran mean? Reward. Aziman. Remember I said the noun is mentioned and then the description is mentioned afterwards. So reward, great. Right? So that was an example of a verse that shows you the ina and the atin. In this case, it's only ina and atin. There's no una. The reason is because some grammar is going on. And the grammar is this here, inna. We're not going to cover it, but inna is causing that to become ina and not una. We don't need to know that for now. All we need to know for now is una or ina, whichever one it is, it's plural. And atun and atin, whichever one it is, it's plural. Happy with that? And I don't know, but I've gone over this verse many times, but I'm just getting a buzz just doing it again. Just going it and breaking each word down and knowing that we know what it means from the template. I'm hoping everybody else is getting that similar feeling as well. So what's next? That's it. We've come down to the verses. So let's just go and do the verses. So we're just going to show you the meaning here. So ذَلِكَ, we should know what ذَلِكَ means. What does ذَلِكَ mean? ذَلِكَ. Yeah, it says this is here, but it's saying literally, it means that is. Yeah, that is, because the scholar says it's talking about the Quran that's in the heavens. That is the book. So la rayba we've not done yet, but la means not. No, like that. La rayba, no doubt. Fihi, in it. We've not done fihi yet. Hudan we've done. A guidance. Lil muttaqina we've not done, but I'm showing you where it starts connecting up here. Lil muttaqina, those who have taqwa, and those plural. Where's the plural here? A guidance for the God conscious people. Yeah, so God conscious meaning God conscious people, plural. That's the ina, eh? Muttaqina, ina plural. Yeah, so we've seen the plural there. That's what this verse has been mentioned here for, to show you the plural in action. Next one, dhalika. What does dhalika mean? We've done dhalika. In fact, we've done the first two words, as far as I remember. What does dhalika mean? That is jaza. We did jaza. Did we not do jaza? What does jaza mean? Oh, we're not done jaza? Oh, yeah, we've not done jaza yet. Okay. We said jazakallah khair. What does jazakallah khair mean? May Allah reward you. Good. So here jaza is reward. So that is the reward of muhsin. Muhsin is, well, it's muhsinin, but muhsin is the one who does good. So what does muhsinin mean? Muhsinin. If muhsin means doer of good, what does muhsinin mean? Plural. So doers of good. Those who do good. Okay, so the plurals are coming everywhere. Yeah, look here in the Quran. Muhsin, you know, if you know what that means, yeah, the ina makes it plural. Next one. Another verse here. Wal mu'minuna. What's wal mu'minuna mean? Well, let's just bring the translation up, make it a bit easier. So mu'min is believer, man, and mu'minuna is believing men, and the believing men. Now, if it was just wal mu'minuna by itself, you could say, okay, it's including, you may be able to say it's including women too, because mu'minuna can be general for men and women. But here we see wal mu'minatu is mentioned afterwards, and it's the women only here. So when we know this is a women only here, we know this one must be the men only, because the women have been called out separately here. So, وَالْمُؤْمِنُونَ and the believing men, وَالْمُؤْمِنَاتُ and the believing women. What makes this plural? What makes this one plural? Excellent. Excellent. The atun is making it plural. And what's making this one plural? What's making this the believing men? What's making that plural? Una. Excellent. Yeah. And you couldn't just say wal mu'minina there. You couldn't say wal mu'minina because it's not how it's in the Quran. You have to only say wal mu'minuna. Right? Wal mu'minatu ba'duhum awliya'u ba'd. Right? Means they're protectors of one another. Yeah? Protectors. Awliya is protectors. Like some of them are protectors of others. Yeah? So they're protectors of one another. But the main thing to show you here is these plurals here, okay? Yeah, awliya can have a few meanings, like somebody saying friends, protectors. Yeah, has those meanings. But on this particular one here, we just go with the translation. It's as protectors here, so I'm just going to stay with the translation. Wa'adallahu, wa'adallahu. If you know Urdu, then you know wa'ada. What's wa'ada mean? Wa'adallahu. It's a promise. You make a promise. Wa'ada. All right? So wa'adallahu, Allah promised. Allah has promised. We've not covered that yet, so don't worry about that. But here, look at the next one. Al-mu'minina. Allah has promised who? Mu'min means believer. What's mu'minina mean? Excellent. The believing men. Here's the al-mu'minina, believing men. If you saw just wa'adallahu al-mu'minina, that's it, then you may be able to assume it's women as well, because the masculine plural covers mixed group as well of men and women. But when you see afterwards, it's written the female version, the feminine, wal mu'minati, and the women believers, then you know this one is going to be only the men believers, right? So, and Allah has promised the male believers and the female believers jannatin, gardens. You happy with that one? Yep. Next one. Innal muttaqina. So inna means indeed. Sometimes it might be written there surely, but it's emphasizing, it's making the sentence stronger. So somebody's asking, why does it not say jannatun here? Why is it jannatin? Because of grammar, some grammar going on. Yeah. In fact, you said jannatun here, it would something it could change the meaning, and as far as I understand it, it would make the meaning impermissible. Kufr, basically. To say jannatun there would change the meaning drastically, badly. Right? So, but anyway, nobody reads the Quran wrong on purpose. And when you learn, inshallah, later on in level 2, then you'll know what's going on. Why you can't say jannatun there. But anyway, it's in the Quran written, so just as long as you know jannatin, it means gardens. That's it. Don't have to worry about it. Okay. Inna, indeed, al-muttaqina. What's al-muttaqina? Yeah, muttaqi is the one who is righteous. Here, we're just going to go with the translation here. But Ina, what's Ina doing? Indeed, the righteous ones. Okay. Muttaqina is righteous. ones. It's the male plural, but there's no feminine version mentioned here, so you won't say believe the righteous men, because there's no righteous women mentioned after it. So it's just righteous people. Could be, as far as I know, it could be here, it could be men and women. Yeah, mostly you see plurals, it's going to be men and women. It's only when there's a particular feminine version mentioned after it, there's not many of as far as I know, then it's just generally, it's just talking about, the people generally, mixed group. So innal muttaqina, indeed the righteous people, fi means in, jannatin, gardens, plural, wa na'im, and in bliss. We've not done those words, but if you have done your vocabulary and you've done all the theory, you've done all your homework and you've clocked it all, then you can do something else, which is learn the meaning of these verses. Okay, next one is the same, but with the other font. So if you like that, then here that is exactly the same. And pretty much that's it. We just come on to the words now. So this is vocabulary for lesson 3. And here we have ajrun. Okay, we haven't done it yet. Ajrun, ujurun. Ujurun is plural. If you want to learn them both, the plural version and the singular version, you can do. If not, just learn the singular one. Ajrun means reward. What can you tell me about ujurun based on what you've learned today from the lesson? Is it a sound masculine plural? Is it a sound feminine plural? Or is it a broken plural? Excellent. Excellent. It's broken. Yeah? Because alif, jim, and the ra has been broken up with a waw. A waw has come and broken up the jim and the ra. It's broken up the original word. So it's a broken plural. Yeah? Again, we're not going to do broken plurals in this course or level 2. That's something for level 3, inshallah. Yeah, that's right. Waw was added. Okay, next one. Alim. Alim. Alim means painful. The adhabun alim, a painful punishment, like torturous. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from adhabun alim, from any adhab. 78 times alim, just remember it. Not to get confused with ayn, not alim, alim, yeah, to do with knowledge, not that. It's just alim. That's why tajweed is very important. We have to be able to know how to say the letters, because if we use the wrong letter, it can change the meaning completely, as we see with the next one. Qalbun. What's qalbun? It means heart. And if you were to say it with the other calf, the calf with a stick, kalbun, that means dog. So qalbun is heart, kalbun is dog. So we have to, obviously, if we don't know tajweed, then obviously nobody reads the Quran wrongly on purpose. But if we need to know a certain amount of tajweed to be able to recite the Quran properly, or otherwise we could be reciting it wrong and we don't even know. I don't teach, not teaching any tajweed at the moment, right? But there's many good tajweed teachers out there. Yeah, big difference. Completely change the meaning of the word. Next one, Baina. Baina occurring 240 times. Just got to learn it. Baina, between. If you can go to tanzil.net, type in Baina, it'll give you the verses with Baina written in there, and you can learn it in context if you want. So Baina, between. Jaza'un, like we say, Jazakallah khair, that's recompense. One of the difference between ajrun and jaza, because here they both mean reward, but jaza can be good or bad. Recompense means it can be a bad recompense, it can be a bad jaza or a good jaza. But ajrun is used for reward, good. Right, so that's the main difference as far as I know. That's why we say Jazakallah khair. May Allah give you recompense, but good recompense. Next one, hisabun. Hisabun is reckoning, account. If you have a shop and you speak Urdu, then when you doing all the hisab at the end and seeing how many hundreds and thousands you've made, you do the hisab, right? Account. Hisabun, reckoning. So someone's asking in what's the website. So the website is tanzil.net. So TANZIL.net. You can search these words. You'll need to obviously install an Arabic keyboard on your computer, or I think from your phone you can just install the Arabic keyboard. Then you can type the word and press enter. It'll give you the verses that contain that word, and then you can learn one of them with context, inshallah. Next one, ad-dunya, 115 times. Dunya means the world. Ad-dunya. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasana. Oh Allah, give me good in the dunya, in this world. Next one, su'un. Su'un, evil. To me, it sounds like that as well. Su'un, right? Evil, 55 times. Rizqun. Yeah, we know rizqun. Allah has written our rizq. That is the rizq we have, sustenance. And rizq doesn't just mean the money we have in our bank account. Rizq is everything that we have, from all our body parts, from the thing on our head, from anything we have got, from the carpet on our, and anything that we have is our rizq. Our children are our rizq. Anything that we have, we own, that belongs to us, our rizq. Shadid. Shadid. Right. This sounds like what it is. Shadid. Strong. Yeah. That's why, in tajweed, you have that little W, shadda. What happens with a shadda? You're emphasizing and strengthening that letter. Yeah. Allama. You're saying it double. Shadid is strong. Nadhirun. Nadhirun is a warner. And mubinun is clear. You can remember these together. Nadhirun mubin, a clear warner. Nadhirun mubin, a clear warner. And that has come to the end of the lesson. Just before we go, I just want to mention that the homework is, number one, what is the difference between a sound plural and a broken plural? So these are sort of hints to what you need to know for the test. So what is the difference between a sound plural and a broken plural? State one way in which a feminine plural differs from a masculine plural. So remember atun, atin, and una, ina. So I'm giving you the answers. Learn the masculine and feminine singular plural table. So you need to know the two tables that we did. The singular is like muslimun, musliman, muslimin, and the plural is muslimuna, muslimina. And then the same we have to do for feminine. Learn that. And then learn all the words in the vocabulary list. And I think that's the last slide. It certainly is. So if anybody has any questions, we've got a bit of time. If not, we can call it a day there. So is everybody happy with that information? Anybody have any questions before we break up? Okay, good. So it looks good. Everybody's happy to go. Okay, jazakumullahu khairan. We will revise hard and we will do your homeworks. Get stuck, ask the question in the Telegram group, or if you can't ask it there, then just ask it to me. Revise hard, and I'll post the test a few days before the next lesson, inshallah. Okay, jazakumullahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.